Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Seahawks and the Raiders, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Stadium. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Seattle's offense ready to go here for the first time, and leading them is the 7-time Pro Bowler in his 10th year now in the NFL, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They run the counter. It's Carson. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Let's go. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Dwayne Eskridge, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You need that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Here's Wilson. Returning right back to Lockett. Oh, he sheds himself free. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 49 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in Vegas. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
And the rumors were pretty strong that teams asked about him in the offseason. But for once, got a pretty firm not available from the Raiders. Now in his 8th season as a Raider, still yet to appear in a playoff game. But last year, really solid numbers again. A 3rd straight 4,000-yard campaign, 27 touchdowns, just 9 interceptions, and the highest analytical rating of his career. Derek Carr is one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Carr now on 1st down. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Bryan Edwards. And it's 3rd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions. And here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield. He was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Oh, there he does it again. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? It's certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now, Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a play fake. Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. The 20, 10, and they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Carr now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
He'll buy some time right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On play action, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown Vegas. Henry Ruggs there to make the grab. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is DJ Reed returning. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Raiders pick it up. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr sliding out of the pocket. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be... A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now it's the backup Mariota. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Mariota to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a first-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there.
And it's intercepted. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
He's going deep for Brown, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page. Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target. From just shy of midfield, Luton. That one is swing complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Luton. Open man is Ursula. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Penny Hart, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now Luton. He'll get this out wide to Penny.
Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Luton to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. On second down now, Richard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's brought in complete. It's John Brown.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 45. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And got his man complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Luton. That's complete to Swain.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Throwing is Luton.
And the Raiders have got him. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Luton going to pass it out of the shotgun.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Let's go!
And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And now it's second down. They go play action. Mariota. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. Rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A first down throw for Mariota. He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. That'll be checked down to Drake. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now second and 6.
To the air again. Mariota. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Play action now. Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Taken at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Complete to Freddie Swain. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 44.
Here's second and a yard. A handoff, running left is Penny. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Again, it's Penny. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw to Disley. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
To throw again on second down. Luton going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
They'll set up a throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Carl Nassib in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Vegas offense. Ready for their next possession.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Marcel Aitman, the intended target, and it's third down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. They'll run on first down. Richard. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. From just shy of midfield, Mariota, catch made, it's Moreau. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. In the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To throw is Mariota. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 6 yards away. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? And, you know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listen to history class.
And you're just a scholar. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free.
Rashad Penny, the ball carrier.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
This is unbelievable.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams. as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now a throw here, hauled in. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. Past the 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
Well, it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
An extra point by Carlson, up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit. And they need this. Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Taking it about the 1. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Luton. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47 and to the 43. So down inside the... 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Barber on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Peterman. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Two-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw is Luton. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun is Luton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Luton. And his throw is incomplete. Penny Hart, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Luton. His throw incomplete. And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he'll take this forward to the 27. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. They'll throw on first down with Peterman. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They got 29 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Oh, Peterman going to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 42. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Luton. Short throw to Disley. Sheds off the tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Luton to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. To throw again on second down. Luton. He finds Ursua. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That one is swung complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try to get the touchdown later.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Luton to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Peterman. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They're not running it. Peterman wants to throw it. Rolling to his right. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Peterman to throw. Got a man. It's Aitman, complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Here's Peterman. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. And no doubt they had to go for 2 to tie the game. Now they need a miracle on the onside kick.
They gave it their best shot. Can they pull it off here and maybe get one of those onside kicks that bounces perfectly, and they can grab it and run it all the way to the other end zone? That's what they're down to at this point.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
42, Seahawks 40.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.